FNGLA was ready and pumped to champion its nursery and landscape members in reconnecting, sharing support, and innovating as they emerged even stronger post-COVID. Although labor and material shortages persisted, our industry powered through with good, old-fashioned hard work and decision-making. This work ethic manifested itself in the findings of a brand new report shining a bright light on the economic impact of Florida's nursery and landscape industry. Total output sales in 2020 ballooned to $31.4 billion, a massive $10 billion increase in just 7 years. The report also shows our industry provided more than 266,000 jobs in 2020, paying more than $6 billion in wages and benefits to Florida employees. These numbers and more are highlighted in a new 44-page economic impact report released jointly this year by FNGLA and Farm Credit of Central Florida. A small business industry with very big business impact on Florida's economy, FNGLA takes its mission very seriously to promote and protect the future of Florida's nursery and landscape industry. In the arena of political advocacy, FNGLA is the industry's powerful leader, exerting considerable political influence on the state legislature. While this year presented many challenges and opportunities, FNGLA successfully moved all of its top policy and funding priorities across the finish line during the 2022 legislative session. For instance, FNGLA successfully drove the Florida legislature to stop local governments from presuming agricultural lands are contaminated simply because pesticides were applied somewhere on the property. Miami-Dade County attempted to impose unnecessary environmental site assessments onto the backs of nursery growers and other farmers. State law has long required for every $1 billion in state road construction, the Florida Department of Transportation must dedicate at least 1.5% to the purchase of Florida plants, trees, and landscaping. FNGLA was pleased to report the legislation which once again sought to weaken this FDOT commitment went absolutely nowhere. Another industry victory came as FNGLA worked shoulder to shoulder with its partner IFAS to help secure millions of dollars in needed funding from the legislature for IFAS. FNGLA helped restore full funding for the Department of Agriculture's Fresh from Florida marketing campaign. The legislature also provided funds to expand greenhouse propagation of citrus nursery budwood trees and seedlings tolerant or resistant to citrus greening. FNGLA and our allies were victorious in pressing the legislature to eliminate the state sales tax on trailers purchased by growers for exclusive use in agricultural production or transportation of ag products. Wire fencing, gates, and materials to repair fencing used in ag production are also now exempt from Florida sales tax. These victories don't just happen on their own. FNGLA's board of directors met with key state legislators in Tallahassee. It's FNGLA's grassroots practice to meet with state legislators often and long before a legislative session ever opens. In this way, state legislators learn firsthand about FNGLA's policy issues well in advance of the legislative session. For the very first time in FNGLA's 70-year history, a sitting governor visited FNGLA's office. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis sat down with FNGLA leaders to discuss the issues with which our industry was wrestling. Regardless of one's personal political stripes, a visit by a sitting governor to the FNGLA office is quite an acknowledgement of FNGLA's influence to benefit our members and the industry at large. FNGLA was also in the congressional trenches. In full support of our national allies, American Hort and NALP, FNGLA met throughout the year with members of Florida's congressional delegation to push for more H-2B seasonal visas and needed H-2A reforms. These federal guest worker programs are keys to relief for the ever-tightening workforce shortage. In addition to its legislative activity, FNGLA's regulatory advocacy is just as impactful. FNGLA prodded the Florida Department of Environmental Protection and Florida's 5 water management districts to move forward with FNGLA's updating of Florida's landscape irrigation design standards. Recognizing our industry can play an even larger, outsized role in delivering environmental and ecosystem benefits, FNGLA released a policy paper titled Elevate the Use of Florida-Friendly Landscaping. It lays out actions which can polish our industry's professional credentials and showcase the industry's environmental stewardship of Florida's precious water and natural resources. FNGLA believes trees and plants are an integral part of any federal and state climate policies. FNGLA's strong, collaborative relationship with FDAC's Division of Plant Industry resulted in the new edition of the Florida Grades and Standards for Nursery Plants, which replaced the prior 2015 edition. One of FNGLA's most critical tools in its advocacy toolbox is the FNGLA Political Action Committee. On a bipartisan basis, the FNGLA PAC directly supports incumbents and candidates running for State House and Senate seats. A record level of participation was set in 2021 with 579 FNGLA member businesses voluntarily contributing to the FNGLA PAC. Thanks to FNGLA's members for providing this meaningful lift to support and strengthen FNGLA's strategic advocacy efforts. One of the most exciting developments for FNGLA this year involved the hiring of a new CEO. After a 6-month national search, Tal Coley was tapped as the next chief executive officer to lead FNGLA. A Florida native, Tal was in Washington, D.C., serving as the Senior Director of Advocacy and Government Affairs for American Hort. Prior to this, Tal held leadership roles in several legislative outreach capacities advocating for veterans at Concerned Veterans for America. Tal served for 4 years in the United States Air Force and holds a bachelor's degree from the University of North Florida and a master's degree from the University of Miami. FNGLA is excited to welcome Tal Coley. All FNGLA's digital platforms this year experienced growth and innovation. The latest communication tool to join the association's already robust cache is an online chat feature on the website of FNGLA, the Landscape Show, and TPIE. And what a successful communication tool it has proven to be. Between July 1st, 2021 and June 6, 2022, FNGLA staff fielded more than 900 chats, a Herculean effort resulting in many exemplary member and user experiences. Impressively, this customer chat feature soared at a 93% satisfaction rating. FNGLA's strong, active chapters enjoyed a groundswell of renewed fellowship with the return of many well-attended chapter meetings, fish fries, cookouts, and fundraising events. It was evident our members were ready to get back outside and meet together, as nearly all FNGLA chapters reported increased numbers at meetings and events. The 2021 Landscape Show was one for the books. The enthusiasm was evident everywhere throughout the show's 700-plus exhibit spaces and the nearly 5,500 attendees. 1,400 landscape buyers attended the show, an increase of 10%, while retail buyer attendees jumped 34% over the 2019 Landscape Show. And the Knowledge College educational workshops and sessions went off the proverbial charts, attracting just shy of 700 participants eager to learn. The 2022 Tropical Plant International Expo took place live and in person, attracting an impressive audience of nearly 6,000 attendees hailing from 46 states and 30 countries. And with more than 700 exhibit booth spaces this year, TPIE enjoyed a 96% full trade show floor compared to pre-pandemic numbers. The show experienced another highlight in 2022. After 23 years taking place in Fort Lauderdale, TPIE was held on the west side of the Sunshine State at the Tampa Convention Center in downtown Tampa. TPIE's roadshow and educational session smashed all records by hosting a crowd of 1,100 registered participants in the tours and educational workshops. Increasing the trade show's profile this year, FNGLA reached out to many media professionals and influencers with personalized invitations to cover TPIE. This resulted in an exponential increase in coverage in social media and industry publications, to the tune of more than 100,000 coverage views. As workforce shortage continues to plague our industry, it was a top priority for the association. As FNGLA's Nursery and Landscape Apprenticeship Program entered its second year, recruiting was fierce for both employers and apprentices, placing new active apprentices in positions across the state. FNGLA staff attended high school and college job fairs both virtually and in person this year, and FNGLA even hosted its own job fair at the Landscape Show. FNGLA proudly hosted Florida's FFA students' statewide career development events in floriculture and nursery and landscape. FNGLA collaborated again this year with the Future Builders of America, introducing building construction students to landscape installation projects. FNGLA launched a new series of labor events with FNGLA chapters, bringing together members and alternative sources for employees via the Career Source and the Florida Department of Corrections. Participation in FNGLA's professional landscape and irrigation certification skyrocketed this year with a record 32 exams held around the state. FNGLA's new Certified Landscape Irrigation Technician, along with FNGLA's Certified Landscape Maintenance Technician and FNGLA's Certified Landscape Technician led the way. With FNGLA's new on-the-road certification trailer, many certification exams were conducted right at member companies throughout North, Central, and South Florida. With the Florida Department of Education's approval of FNGLA's landscape certification exams, high school students began taking the landscape maintenance exam. Horticulture instructors from Hillsborough and Polk County schools earned their own FNGLA certifications and plan to test students in the next school year. While still not back to pre-COVID exam numbers, high schools continue to embrace FNGLA's Certified Horticulture Professional Program as more than 250 students tested this school year. Growing in popularity are on-demand videos and practice tests for industry professionals preparing for FNGLA certifications. These online tools have become a new, non-dues revenue generator for the association. When an organization is clear about its purpose or its why, then it is poised for greatness. Delivering easy-to-implement business ideas through educational conferences and events like the Knowledge College and TPIE workshops are consistent, proven ways FNGLA delivers pathways to strengthen member businesses. The National Horticulture Foundation continues to bring awareness to its steady mission of giving back to the industry by providing scholarships to future leaders and key support for industry research. With the portfolio now reaching close to the $4 million mark and with more than $1.9 million in the FNGLA Endowed Research Fund at the University of Florida, FNGLA has carved a clear pathway for its prominent position as a trusted resource for research and education for Florida's nursery and landscape industry. As we close out yet another year of impressive FNGLA successes, and yes, even some persistent industry challenges, Florida's nursery and landscape industry is strong. This year, FNGLA members experienced a return to coming together to advocate for the industry, to network with business colleagues, to build stronger connections, and to face industry issues head on. FNGLA was proud to stand up to promote and protect your business interests. As FNGLA transitions with new volunteer and CEO leadership in the coming year, we are confident more great things are in store. FNGLA marvels at the many talents and acts of service of our truly caring members. We thank you for all you bring to the association. Be assured, FNGLA will be by your side every step of the way as together we queue up many new industry achievements, victories, and celebrations in the exciting year ahead. This is your FNGLA.